Were you being sarcastic?
Yes, yes, because that's all those phrases they use all the time. I want to strangle them. Yes, but I land to expand, and I unpack this and pull the thread. I didn't even use pull the thread.
Right.
Let's pull the thread on this. But let me just say that these are all companies that are trying to take over before anybody else can take over. They don't want to be slacked. I mean, remember, Slack was not able to grow, although it was growing in the enterprise right at the end. And I think people are they're not even bothering to read the conference call. But, when you get a Zscaler, Frank Slootman's going to be coming on our show, and he's Snowflake. It is very hard to evaluate what Snowflake is worth. And what I think's happening here is that the growth managers of the world, like in 1999, except for a lot of these companies end up being profitable, they don't know how to value them either. I mean, they didn't know how to value Zoom at 50 times sales, and they don't know how to value Snowflake at 100 times sales. All they know is Snowflake is the fastest growing large company in America. So what do you pay for that? And they're all trying to figure it out, and no one really knows. But some guys just step up and pay for it. And they think it could be Tesla of technology. But I think the problem is they don't know how to value them, so they value them very high. And when these are not hydrogen fuel cell companies. These are companies that are very, very good, and they could be the next Microsoft. But look, I'm not going to disagree that there's a bubble. But the problem with putting a pin, so to speak, in the bubble is, what do we pay for the fastest growing company in America? What should we pay?
Hey, Jimmy.
What should we pay?
Hey, Jimmy.
Yes.
Jimmy, don't you have a flashback to Scott McNealy 20 years ago when he was addressing Sun Microsystems, his company, at 100 times sales, and he was saying, look, if I'm selling you my stock, you're saying that you're going to get 10 years of sales with no cost of goods sold, no taxes, everything's going to go right, nobody's going to come in and compete. I mean, I hear what you just said. I just think it ends in tears. I think you think that too. You just don't know when.
It depends on which one. I mean, for instance, I endorsed Salesforce when it was at $8.
Well, let's take Snowflake.
They were losing a fortune. And that was a great bet by me. At $8, Benioff came on, the stock had fallen and fallen. And I said, listen, I think you have a winner. I happen to love the product. And that's the problem. They love the product. This is not like 1999 companies where a lot of them, the public never even cared about it. These companies are doing amazing things. And yes, do you need Okta as a passport to be known who you are online? Yes. Should it be? I don't even know if Todd McKinnon thinks there should be trading at that level. But we don't know how to value them because they're really important. They're growing really fast. Some of them are going to win like Salesforce. Some are going to lose. But you know what? It's just... It is literally the crowd, and I know because you could say, well, it's the crowd is typically who you want to bet against. The crowd trying to figure out what price. It is not that people think that.
But Jimmy,
what? I'm sorry,
Jimmy. I'll take Salesforce and agree with you. While you were getting mic'd up, I said put that one aside. First off, it's 60 times earnings, so let's just put that aside.
And use cash flow.
But take a look at Snowflake. Well, let's take Snowflake, if you'll just indulge me for a second. $86 billion market cap. I mean, I don't remember Brad Gerstner's exact number for the TAM, but I think it was in the range of 80 to 100 million for the whole TAM. That's basically his company now is worth the whole TAM, excluding any competition or cost of goods sold or anything going wrong. I mean, I think this is just a question of when, not if. This is Cisco a bridge too far.
I was surprised that Snowflake went from 230 to 300. I thought it was going to go down. And I speak to Frank, and I think Frank's amazing. He told me about ServiceNow. Take a look at ServiceNow, how well they do. To the winner belongs the spoils, but we don't know who the winners are. Mm-hmm. But what we've decided is that everyone could be the winner until someone loses. And that's where we are right now.